Very good morning, everyone, and very warm welcome to our Kickstart group. As you all know, we are focusing to meditate on Bhagavad Gita, and we are on Sankhya Yoga chapter. Today, there is a constant conversation in the Sankhya Yoga when it starts about the reality, the wholeness. It talks about real and unreal, and the Krishna, when he explains what real and unreal, and you are the Atman, you are the soul, and which cannot be defeated, which cannot be killed. So all this conversation which revolves around the real you, the soul, the Atman. So let's take up this experience today in meditation, what it really means to feel the reality, to know beyond all the unreal and how to discriminate that between real and unreal. Now, in a very Vedantic literature, when we talk about real and unreal, the very simple principle it talks about, the one which is constant, which was ever present in past, present, and in future in the same form. It does not change at all. And that is the only which is real. Rest everything is unreal. Now, it doesn't mean that it does not exist. What all it means that it's constantly changing. So it cannot be true. It cannot be real. So our body, our mind, our breath, our intellect, our buddhi, the world all around us, everything is constantly changing. So the only thing which is not changing is the very background behind all of that, that is consciousness, which is formless, shapeless, and which is never changing. So let's experience that philosophy in the practical sense of yoga meditation. I would like you all to sit comfortably. Any comfortable position you may like to sit, making sure your spine is straight. Your feet are resting or relaxed in any position you decide to take. Your shoulders relaxed, arm resting on your lap or on your knee. If you may prefer to take up any mudra of your choice, that's fine, or just simply keeping one palm on the other. Asana, the sitting position, should be stable and sukham, pleasurable. This is the position we will be sitting for a while without moving. So make sure your body is comfortable. Taking a quick moment just to observe your breath. Making sure the breath is slow. Or simply slow down the breath by slowing down your exhalation. Normally inhale and slow down your exhalation, and you will see the breathing is slowing down. Extending your awareness to your mind, the thoughts, you may simply observe slowing down your breath, slows down your mind. There might be still thoughts coming and going, but in between that, you may observe the extended gap of stillness, silence, quietness in the mind. Every time when you are focusing, observing, or being aware of anything, the thoughts disappears. Synchronizing body, breath, and mind together. Now, I would like you to simply observe your mind. Just take a moment to feel the mind, to be in the mind. Which you experience as a dark, blank space. As you slowly move into the silent, quiet state of the mind, from here, we pick up the object of meditation. Let's meditate on the reality. Let's concentrate, let's focus, let's observe the difference between real and unreal. I would like you to bring your attention to the world around. Everything and anything all around you, which we identify as mine. Everything and everyone which comes across in our mind, which we believe is mine, this comes as a quick flashes or as a memory or simply as an experience of your own, which minds remind you when you think of mine. And as you recollect and start to observe, this my world is constantly changing. It's never the same. Everyone which I identified as mine, all of that constantly changed. None remained the same. Ever evolving, always growing. Some changes were not connected as a pleasant experience. Yet, these changes are constant. Nothing in my world is constant, which remain the same in the past, present, or will remain the same in future. That cannot be real. When I think of me, myself, or the I identify myself very first with the gross body, Sthula Sharira, my body. Let's focus on the physical body, which very commonly I identify as myself. Let's take a moment to observe. Right from the beginning till now, it's constantly changing, growing, at some stage deteriorating. None of these changes ever stopped. The feel of I, the feel of body is also constantly changing. I do not feel the same I used to before. I'm not that energetic which I used to be. Body is constantly aging without a stop, without a pause. The driving force, the vital force, constantly changing. The energy levels I experience, which keeps me going. Throughout the day, it's constantly changing. None of this can be real. All that which is not in the past, which will not be in the future, the same way it is in the present. That is unreal. Identifying myself with my thoughts, with my emotions, with my feelings, what I think, what I plan, what I understand, how do I deal. The subtle body, which I identify myself, the mind, and all the component of the mind which makes me feel I. Let's take the focus to understand that. Let's observe everything in the subtle body, in the mind, stages of the mind, all the phases of the mind. When we are in the waking stage, dreaming, or in the deep sleep, The mind constantly goes through the changes. Every moment we experience mind changing. Never the same. Real is which exists at all times in the same way. Mind is not real, as it's constantly changing, constantly evolving. With the body changes at every movement, the mind evolves. Even the intellect grows, all the changes. Evolutionary movements, the growth, everything from this gross to subtle body goes through the changes, evolving, and growth. The body, mind, and intellect are ever changing in us. And all of them, according to the definition, cannot be real. Is anything real at all? In order to take all the changes, a changeless substratum is necessary. There must be a background which is providing everything to evolve, grow, and change constantly. I, which observing, which is analyzing, which is witnessing all of that. Let's focus on this very I, the Sakshi, the witness, the self, going beyond all the three bodies and the five koshas. Observing myself in the background, which observing all these changes taking place. The one witnessing is beyond all of that. I, which observe, connect, evolve, and grow with body, but it's not body, it's beyond. I, which see the mind, can redirect, channelize, even the change the course of mind. Beyond mind, and I can witness what all happening in the mind. Let's take a moment to experience this I beyond any identification, any modifications. It's remained the same throughout, and it will remain the same forever. Regardless of everything that is changing in my world around, world within, I remain the same. I remain the witnessing everything the same. Something in us remains, as it were, unchanged all through our changes, holding the experiences together, just as the thread holds the threads in the necklace. The self in us, the pure awareness, consciousness. Only reality. The consciousness remaining the same. Endless experience come under it, get illuminated, and disappears. But this awareness, this consciousness remains the same, unaffected by all the changes. This awareness by which I become conscious of the things in my life, because of which I'm considered as alive, without which I will have no existence in this given embodiment. That very entity which I am experiencing as a witness, Sakshi, the self, is eternal, unborn, undying, changeless, without a limitation, without a second, is the real self, only reality. I cannot feel that. I cannot describe that. I only can experience that. I am that. When this very I, the self, illuminates the intellect, get associated with the intellect, I identify myself as the mind, intellect. Mind gets all its strength functioning in the presence of the self. And it carries all its own functions and activity. When I identify, get associated with the body, all the gross, subtle body come to the existence. Because the very self, the reality, the consciousness, this very awareness provide the background to evolve, grow, and change. Everything in the world within and around, supported by the self consciousness, which is no different from this supreme consciousness, the one which is providing the background to the universe to function. The reality is just one. I'm part of the universal consciousness. I am one with that. But until I identify myself as an individual, I take shape, form, identities. When I give up all these identities, I become one with that. So as you start to come back and connect with the world within, connecting back from your mind, intellect, vital forces, the flowing energy all around, the body. Everything comes back to reality, existence. All I experience as I connect back with the world around me, the world around becomes real, existent. Knowing the constant difference between real and unreal is the path of Sankhya, is the path of self-realization. And wise are the one who knows this difference constantly and act upon in this knowledge. Very slowly, bringing your awareness to your breath again, and slowly take a deep breath in, hold for a movement, and exhale slowly. Continue breathing normal. Bringing your focus on your both hands, especially on your palm. Move your fingers a little. Take a thumb inside, make a fist, tighten your fist and relax. See all the energy redirecting in your palm. Very gently bring your both hands together in Namaskar Mudra. Slowly start to rub your both palms together. Very gently. When it starts to feel warm enough, place them on your both eyes. A very gentle massage on all over your face. Slowly bring your hands down. Take your own time before you open your eyes. And when you're ready, open your eyes looking down.